And that's what this song is about. Life. Even when the journey gets hard, even when the days are long, know that it won't always last. Meditate on this shit. I am very excited. I'm so excited that I get to live and release music, that I get to express something that's inside of me, bring it out from scratch. Beats, music, harmonies, arrangement, vocals, and then put it on a platter for you to digest. And generally when you do something like that, you don't generally tell people all the reasons why you do it, because you want people to have their own experience with it. And maybe the song, the music takes them to a place that maybe would be different from how you felt about it. So generally you don't talk about the reason why you do it. You just do it and let people decide how they want to, feel that expression for themselves. But because this is one of my first records coming back outside, man, I wanted to get a little expression as to why it means what it means to me. Not explain it, but to express it. There's a difference. This song comes from a very, very true place. 5 months after I was in the hospital, I had some reckoning to do about how I saw my life, how I saw myself. How do you even live without performing, Chadwick? How do you live without singing on stage? How do you live? How do you exist? How? All these things. I told myself, Chadwick, you can't worry about that right now. Right now, it's really about how you breathe. Man, you got to just breathe in order to get to the next breath. So you got to meditate on the shit that really matters for you right now. Because when you're faced with life, death, and life again, you realize that there's a thin line between our existence here and eternity. I visited eternity, but I was not meant to stay there. So I had to figure out, well, through the spirit that lives in me, what is necessary for you. And that word shit, what it really means, it means to divide oneself in order to release what no longer serves you. Yes, to divide oneself to release what no longer serves you. That's actually a dope idea, because your body is telling you, hey, this served a purpose for us. Now it needs to be released so that that same thing that was beneficial to me doesn't become toxic to me. That's what it means to sheet. To shit. That's what it means. That word didn't become a bad word until when you look at history, until 1066, when the Normans invaded England. They basically told the English people, hey, we are the high class. Our language will be the king's language. Yeah, we just stole your throne, but now we're installing our people. And so our language is king. Yours is considered vulgar, or as that word simply means, of the common people. Shit was not a bad word to the English people. It was a function that described what an action is. A way that people in control stay in control is by feeding you bad intel about yourself. And then, by nature, have you fight against yourselves while they dominate you. This has been rinsed and repeated over and over again. With language, with culture, with class, how people present themselves, how they don't present themselves, all of that. And what I realized, this is the thing. God made me in his likeness and his image, and you say God made you in his likeness and in his image. So how are you calling me common? Why are you stealing my shit? How are you calling me common? How do I get to be the vulgar one? You're the one that's stealing. Can you understand that? That doesn't make any sense to me. So when I look at that word, when I look at how I have been able to understand it and hopefully pass it along to you for you to understand it as well, so we could be, a community of people who are thinking, not just accepting what someone else says, and then we just accept it and say, well, that's a bad word. We don't use that word. Who said? Who said? I know this. Anybody who stole my ancestors, you don't get to tell me how to talk. Meditate on that shit. You don't get to tell me how to talk, how to express myself. My expression comes from the inside. The spirit that lives inside of me is stronger than anything else. I just have to remember that. It's that strength that empowers me from the inside, because I began to meditate on the shit that mattered. All the other stuff, I let it go. But it's that same shit that you use for good, or you can use for the not so good. You could put it in somebody's face and you're liable to get knocked out. But you can plant that same shit in the ground, and depending on what seeds you have, we get fruit-bearing trees, we get oak trees, we get forests of trees, but it comes from shit being mixed with straw and hay, being fertilized. That's the fertilizer that the soil eats and feeds off it as energy. I love this. I had to meditate on the shit that was going to cause me life. And that's what this song is about. Life. Even when the journey gets hard, even when the days are long, know that it won't always last. You just got to stay in the game, baby. We got to stay in the game. I stayed in the game, y'all. That's why I'm here 4 years later. Stayed in the game. I would not accept defeat, because the energy inside of me, that God energy, that Christ energy, had me meditating on the good shit. Yes, it surely did. And that's why I can write that song, why I could express with so much love and grace the feeling that I feel right now releasing this song to you. So please buy my record. Please buy my record. Please buy my record. Let's experience this together. Let's experience this together. Meditate on this shit from the root to the crown. Mindful of my gut. Only in source I trust. I'll see you guys. Love. Meditate on this shit.